Zwei Association, Southern Branch, Section 6 may have been decimated, but there were still other groups within the city to acquire books from. And the next one that I'll be going over in this, ooh, that's something else. Before I dealt with one of the two main targets, I decided to see what I could do to lure something else. And 3 Zwei Association books resulted in luring an urban legend class fixer office. A class 7 with a couple of class 8s. As for who'd take him on, let's see, who was it this time? Certainly a lot of useful pages. So these fixers were fighting. As for who would fight them, that'd be Yesod, along with Basil and Raven. As for the first moves, so far comparable to the Zwei Association, although with some differences. So far, so good. But then Raven was double teamed. Yesod knew better than to let that happen. But not a lot to do, except divert the attack of the well, it didn't work. What I was about to see. As for what's abnormality to draw power from, it'd be time to charge. Although that wouldn't be relied on alone. What would be relied on more would be a lot of brute force. That grade 7 fixer would need to be taken out, and Yesod clearly understood that. At least 2 of the fixers were staggered, which made it easier for the others. As for what they did next, well, Raven decided to mutilate the Class 8 that wasn't staggered. Yesod was a guardian and took on the Class 7, while Basil took on the other staggered fixer and finished them off. Basil was the representation of repetitive pattern, whatever it's called. That X-incorporated deathbot. Well, it became a deathbot due to the instruments being switched around. Either that was done on purpose or it was just plain negligent. Not that common in this city. I've given up trying to understand it. Well, you know my motto. Might not be very good, but it works. Yeah. So it's staggered the last Class 8 and the Class 7 would receive the chained wrath of Raven. Well, I didn't think that speed would be much of a problem by this point. Although it wasn't necessary. As Yesod was victorious. And then you thought, then be gone with what we're supposed to be doing. No, there were some books to burn. And what would be gained from that? A lot more to work with. That and something else to find. where they're all grade 7 fixers. I decided that my team would take them on. Well, then I decided Malkuth should have some fun. Okay, I was stretching it with the fun part, but she needed some combat training. And these grade 7 fixers, well, they'd give her some. Along with Noel and Raven. Also, Noel could use some better key pages. Well, a better key page and some combat pages. There'd certainly be more to go around. By the time this fight be over. Noel had the power of ashes, as fire was on his side. Hey, don't judge him. He might look a little effeminate, but he gets things done, okay? Yeah. Aurora was in for a struggle. As for Noel, not quite there as far as staggering is. Well, was concerned. Yeah, I seem to remember something that applies to this. It goes, no plan survives first contact with the enemy. And that's why I didn't usually make plans. Well, why make plans when they wouldn't go as you thought they would? Best to live for the present moment, because don't really know how things are gonna go. As for what power to use this time, it's the nostalgia. A dangerous thing to have in this city. What isn't dangerous? Yeah, that's what I should be asking. Well, it'd be a risk, but some might say it'd be worth it. But it was worth it for them. Well, for one of them anyway. As they delayed being staggered for at least one more round of attacks. Yeah, Malkuth could definitely use some improved combat capabilities. In fact, quite a few use that. But Noah was able to burn away his competition. Well, it's not exactly a fixed point, is it? Yeah, Malkuth should use speed to her advantage to deal with the unstaggered fixer. Aided by Aurora. As for Null, he'll be doing some more burning. And they won that battle. More would be coming. Anyway, now that they got that out of the way, it was time to get some more to work with. Boy, was there a lot to work with. After those two distractions, it was time to deal with this next group of guests. And to lure them here, the Book of Walter and Sway, South Section 6.
너 같은 새끼들은 이렇게 저 맞아봐야 정신을 차리지.
이봐 경미, 무작정 패 주게 된다고 살 길이 생기지는 않아. 아무리 여기가 22구 골목이고 녀석들이 처바에 육거라 해도 협회는 협회야. 다 죽여버리면 더 골치 아파지잖아.
월터! 그 개새끼가! 약속만 지켰어도 이 지경이 되진 않았어. 치바이가 가지고 있는 엘사 둥지! 설계도가 필요했다고! 이 새끼들에게는 약속이란 것이 얼마나 중요한지 알려줄 필요가 있어.
곧 밤이 찾아올 거야. 청소부들이 언제 들이닥칠지도 몰라. 엄지로부터는 연락조차 오지 않고 있고.
기껏 월터 자식이 신신당부하며 알아봐달라는 뒤틀림에 대한 정보를 우리 쪽이 피를 흘려가며 조사해뒀는데 이렇게 물을 먹이다니.
정신 나간 톱니 교단 놈들 때문에 우리 조직원들 반은 넘게 잃었어.
확실히 그 교주는 더 이상 사람이라 할 수 없었지.
그렇게 핏똥 싸가며 톱니 교단의 물건을 확실히 준비해뒀는데 말이야. 엄지에게 엘사둥지 설계도를 넘겨주지 못한다면
우린 엄지에게 숙청당하는 일만 남은 거지.
애초에 협회 따위랑 거래하면 안 되는 거였는데.
그래도 월터는 꽤 말이 통하는 상대였어. 아마 무슨 일이 생겼던 게 아니었을까. 아무리 그 녀석이 비열한 꼰대라고 해도 츠바의 육과부장이야. 게다가 앞선에 나서지도 않던 녀석이 하루아침에 돼졌다고?
그러지 못할 것도 없지.
이런 젠장! 다 죽여버렸잖아.
선택지가 하나 늘었군. 또 빡 돌아서 앞뒤 안 가리고 뼈와 내장을 으깨버렸네.
경미! 아무리 육과 잔챙이들이라고 해도 이 정도의 수를 족쳐버리면 쯔바 이과나 삼과에서 개입해도 이상할 건 없다고.
스바이가 작정하고 해결사를 풀어버릴 수도 있어.
이 개새끼들은 좀 더 약속을 소중히 할 필요가 있었어.
뭘 믿고 이러는 거야?
이거나 읽어봐.
봉투?
이게 그 소문이 무성한 도서관의 초대장이군.
오늘의 책 중에 월터의 책? 그런 거였어. 믿는 구석이 있던 거네.
뭐야 경미? 그러면 넌 월터가 도서관에서 죽은 걸 알고도 육관 녀석들을 묵사발낸 거야? 약속의 소중함을 새길 필요가 있었으니까!
조직은 해결사와 다르게 꼭 필요 이상으로 주게 되지. 지들 내키는 대로 일을 저지른다니까. 그나저나 청소부와 엄지라니 무슨 일을 벌이려던 거야?
청소부는 알고 있어.
그래? 하긴 청소부는 유명하니까.
인간을 잘게 찢은 후 녹여서 연료로 사용하던데 맞아?
비슷해. 청소부들의 강함도 강함이지만 무서운 건 조직력이야. 밤마다 뒷골목 어디선진 몰라도 스멀스멀 기어나와서 골목을 청소하지. 정확한 규모도 파악 안 돼. 처리해도 다음날 밤이면 또 기어나오니까.
시간 되겠어? 좀 빠듯하지 않아?
아슬아슬하겠지만 시간은 맞출 수 있겠어.
환영합니다, 손님. 전 이곳의 관장이자 사서인 엔젤라입니다.
됐고 들여보내주기나 해. 시간 없거든.
성미가 급하신 분들이군요.
닥치고 들여보내라 했지.
당신의 책을 찾으실 수 있기를.
Yeah, some people, they just want you to get to the point. It was still rude though. Yeah, some people, they don't have any common decency. In that case, Malkuth would have to make him regret that. Yeah, before the ones in charge of this syndicate could be fought, their underlings would need to be taken care of. And it looks like they're literally under the thumb of one of the fingers. Yeah, not a good position to be in. That and all three of them were focusing on Aurora. I mean, with their first, well, it was decided that couldn't have that. So Malkuth and Noel took care of one, while the other assisted Aurora in dealing with one of the others. One of the stray dog thugs left themselves open to attack. Stray dogs. More like roaming beasts. Well, the one in charge of them certainly was. No self-control at all. I'm not really in a position to lecture anyone about that. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Where were we? Oh yeah. The stray dogs were at a disadvantage. Especially with Noel and Aurora attacking the same target. Which was then staggering. Yeah, I think we know where the power of ashes went. it would still struggle. But the power of the Scorched Girl would still allow Null to heat up these dogs. Clearly there's no condiments here. But then again, this isn't the back streets of District 23. But that and known around here are cannibals. And that was one stray dog put down. Humanely euthanized. Although there were still two to take care of. And took care of Malkuth did. Nostalgia alone wouldn't guarantee victory, but it would certainly help. Yeah, these underlings were not that much of a threat to the librarians. It would be what would follow. Which would be the biggest threat. Especially considering what their leader did to that Zwei fixer. I decided to take care of this problem myself. They had some good ones. They would need to be defeated if we were to maintain a competitive edge. Their first move, well, involved going ugly. Well, uglier than they were originally made out to be. And they were all ganging up on me. Well, something needed to even the odds a little. And thankfully, I had the solution. Focus a lot of attention on Mr. Anger Management issues. And it looked like going all out tired him out. Oh, Were they one of those little dogs that acted tough but didn't have a lot of stamina? Well, I think we know what to do in these cases. They need to go to bed. And can you guess what that would involve? Yeah, that's right. Plenty of strong measures. The power of scars flows through Reinhardt. The two more level-headed of the stray dogs we could handle. As for their leader, well, he was near death. It would just take one more strike against him and his power would become ours. That still left the other two. But I'm sure that we could handle it. Unfortunately, I wasn't conscious enough with their leader. We needed the pale hands. Tana needed those. No, not that way. It's to improve her combat effectiveness. Yeah, good thing that I had Tana attack their leader. Otherwise, it'd still be around. Just his lieutenants to deal with. Thankfully, Reinhardt could intercept one of them. The one that was aiming for me. As for the other one, that was Tana. They're not gonna spread rabies here. Certainly not with a much weaker setup. Along with our greater numbers and combat capability. Yeah. Not as effective as I'd hope, but it's certainly enough to stagger one. Reinhard would finish that one. I'd focus on the other guy, along with Tina. You're probably asking what was next. I gained the power of aspiration. A little late, but what could you do? The battle was more or less over. It's not a question of if this last one be defeated, it's by whom. And it turned out to be me. They foamed their last.
짜증나지 않아?
곧 네가 하려는 실없는 소리가?
들어오는 녀석들이 내뱉는 말 말이야. 꽤 많은 녀석이 보자마자 험한 말을 하잖아. 네 성격에 그걸 견디는 게 놀라워서.
우리가 초대해서 와준 귀한 손님이니까 대우해드려야지. 그리고 누군가에게 맞춰주는 건 익숙해.
그 투철한 직업 정신은 존경스럽다. 나중에 뒷골목에 식당 업주들 데리고 서비스업에 대해서 강연이라도 해줘. 다들 널 보고 좀 배워야 해. 그래도 말이야, 손님에 따라 유연하게 대응하는 게 여러모로 마음 편할 거야.
참고는 해둘게.
Yeah, some have no standards. Well, at least they'd have something useful to add to. Our rapidly expanding repertoire. Well, what seems to be expanding anyway. Scratch that? Well, we certainly scratched them. Okay, more than that, but you get the idea. I was hoping that the guests that would come next would be more sociable than the stray dogs. Although, I understood that they probably would be, considering how low the bar was set. Although I knew that it could only get lower.